we are excited today. In the second segment, we have Catherine Sims on the show, and she is with Ebby in a format that is kind of new to Ebby, and it's really exciting because we've seen so many amazing changes in the last 18 to 24 months that we're so glad to have you here. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm excited to be here and part of the show. Thank you.
Well, we've had Chris Kelly on the show now, I think, twice, and then I think he came on the show once, and he and I and Jeff all kind of brainstormed, and we were thinking, you would be perfect for the show. I mean, you're great in your position, which is perfect, but you have the passion and the drive, and I think that it's going to be great for the viewers because I think it's going to translate perfectly. So we're so glad.
Well, thank you for having me. The position that I hold is Vice President of Core Services, and we have devised this whole team to support our agents.
Right.
So we've got mortgage, title, insurance, and we also have a complete business development team that supports all of them as well as all of you.
Right.
And of course, we know that it starts with the brokerage with our amazing agents. Kind of driving the bus, I like to say. And then we hop on board and help out with everything from mortgage, title, insurance, and anything else we can help with.
And you actually came from the mortgage side, so you're familiar with that. And I think that is so critical because there are times in the transaction and it can really add up to the mortgage not flowing right. And so for you to have like that huge base and understanding, I think it's really a huge value add to all of us that you help out.
Well, I appreciate that. I love my mortgage background. I spent 11 years with our mortgage company. I was an originator, and then I moved into a management role. And when we came into the Berkshire family in June of 18, I actually went to one of our sister companies to kind of find out, they've been part of the family much longer, and I wanted to find out how they did mortgage, how they ran everything, and I happened to come across my counterpart in this position, and I came back from my trip going, we need that person. So I always say, be careful what you put out there. You know?
You'll get it.
So Chris Kelly came on board about October of 18 and really just started making some changes and implementing a lot of things that we really needed.
I believe it.
Freshening things up, more technology. And then in April of 19, he approached me about this position. And I thought for like a nanosecond and said, yes, sir, I will do that. And last year was really a great year for us because not only did we implement so many changes from the core services side, our mortgage company really has grown leaps and bounds. We actually have, through Prosperity Mortgage, we actually have a relationship with Fannie Mae. And we are one of 3 that have this relationship. Now, the difference is we are the only mortgage company that has this relationship. The other 2 are depositories, they're banks. So what does that mean to the end user and to our associates? Basically, we have the ability now for a digital mortgage, and I mean a real digital mortgage. And I mean, what's the biggest pain point for our clients?
So aside from having to put everything in a box, I think what we're really getting down to is the fact that they're busy with their lives.
Yep.
And they're asked for, in a very stressful time, all of these documents. And
Right.
some of the documents that they will probably have readily, but other ones, they have to dig a bit more. And it adds such a frustration level because there are times when you're working with a lender and it seems like they're asking you for the same thing over and over and over again. And you're like, is this how it's going to be the entire time? So it's so good to hear that.
Yes. So with this true digital mortgage, what we like to say is when we see green, green, green on the mortgage side, your mortgage consultant, when they run this through the process, we really need to ask for maybe no more than a driver's license.
Wow.
I mean, that's
And the
That's
title
game
company's going to do the
changing.
same thing at that point.
Absolutely.
It's nothing important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have mortgage, as you know, and title and insurance.
Yes.
You know, I read just recently, and I can't remember where, so I can't tell you, but our clients, your clients, want that seamless, inclusive experience within the company. They'd rather not go outside for their mortgage or for their title or their insurance. So the fact that we have that in-house for Dave Perry Miller, Williams True, Ebby, all of us, It's a game changer for us. And then you introduce that true digital mortgage. Our goal as a company is to have 50% of our files
Wow.
go digital. Now, the only difference is
That'd be
those
great.
digital mortgages it really is going to be your clients that are conforming, conventional conforming
Right.
loan. Those that are VA, FHA, we're still going to go through the different process, but I've got good news. We also have another program that's called Buyer Advantage. Buyer Advantage, we can actually submit everything up front, have them go all the way through underwriting, and they can come out and we can have a full approval, and then they can go look for a home, and that part is all done. And then they can go have fun with you,
Yeah.
find their home, and be excited about what they're doing.
Okay, so you touch on something. So a full approval is very different than just a conditional pre-approval. So full approval for me, that actually allows me, when we go into a spring heavy summer market where everybody's negotiating, it allows me to really clamp down on any third party financing. So what it does, it allows me and the buyers to show a seller and a seller's agent how much more serious and how much more qualified. So we're really eliminating any reason why a buyer would step out of the transaction, albeit from they didn't get the job or that there's something wrong with the house. So this is a really big step. It actually was something that we used just last week when we were negotiating, and it made all the difference in the world.
Awesome. Yes.
So this, you're talking about, this is music to my ears. And I wanted to say the other thing too that I really like about the way that y'all are now structuring core is that so many times we get in a transaction and I feel like we don't have everybody pulling in the same direction.
This is a great point.
And it is exhausting.
Yes.
And I think that when we look at it and we see that we're under the same umbrella, that people pull together, that lines of communication have already been established, that there are other transactions that they need to be mindful of. And this just creates this working dynamic
Yes.
that's healthy. And I think that it's something that is so lacking right now in our industry.
Well, and I love that you brought up this point because there are the disruptors, let's call them, that are touting the one-stop shop and that they do everything in-house. And I'm here to tell you, we've been doing this for over 20 years. We are good at it. We've got it dialed in. We know what we're doing. And as you pointed out, huge point, our mortgage consultants, our title closers, and our insurance producers all know each other. They work together. Even if it's across offices, it doesn't matter. We're all within the same system. So we truly are one company that has everything inside for your clients, for that inclusive experience is what I like to call it.
And I feel like core service is just one of many things, because in the last 18 months, we've seen Moxie Present has been introduced, Lucid Press is introduced, Home Snap and Agent Icon. And it's just another element that is amazing that Chris is helping get to us.
Yes.
So you've become like just as important to us as like Lucid Press now. And we rely on these type of elements, and it's so nice to be able to come to work and it's like almost everything is there for us.
Oh,
You know?
I that's music to all of our ears for sure. So another part of this puzzle, which is really exciting to me, we all know that we had title business development team. And they're the same wonderful people that you know. And as of the first of the year, we actually took that team that is so talented and helpful and a servant's heart, I always like to say, and moved those over to my team. So we are now Core Services business development team, and they work with mortgage, title, insurance, and of course our wonderful associates. Yep. In addition to that, which I'm excited about as well, and they are as well, we are scheduling training for them in all of those brokerage products so that when they're out in the offices, which is what they do every day, they can help our associates. Maybe they have a Home Snap question or a Moxie question, and they could kind of jump in and take them by the hand and help them out. So we really live, breathe, eat and drink that we are truly one company and here to support you, our associates.
Well, I love the fact that you've actually been in our office before, and when you give training, we actually get continued education credits that we need for the state because of that. And I think, again, what we're talking about is one stop. We're talking about being trained, and we're all learning, and we're working together. It's not like people don't understand. So it's really great, and we're so excited. So
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was wonderful, and I watch it all the time, and I'll continue to watch, and maybe you'll have me back. There's my little plug.
We'll have her back. So thank you so much, Catherine. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You bet. Well, that is almost a wrap for today's show. Jeff is not here right now, and we, again, wish him the best. And Jan, thank you so much for filling in today. It's been wonderful.
Pleasure.
Well,
My pleasure.
Thank you all so much. Tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel. And remember, we want to be your realtors for life.
See you then.